Good morning, Parkland. Welcome to the second quarter. We made it through the first 9 weeks. Today's weather will be sunny and 69 degrees. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Mrs. Bartylow sent us our aerospace fact of the day. Did you know that located in the Arctic near the North Pole, Greenland is covered by a massive ice sheet 3 times the size of Texas and a mile deep on average? Greenland is warming almost twice as fast as Antarctica, which is causing the ice to melt and raise global sea levels. NASA is monitoring Greenland's ice sheet from high up in space to the ocean floor below to provide data for scientists studying the global impact of all its melting ice.
NASA is keeping a watchful eye on Greenland, tracking changes in the thick sheet of ice that covers most of the island. Why? Well, for the same reason that coal miners used to bring canaries into the coal mines. If they stopped singing, it was a warning sign that trouble was coming. Greenland's ice sheet is one of Earth's canaries when it comes to global warming. Polar regions are more sensitive to a warming Earth than other parts of the world, so what happens in places like Greenland, the rest of the Arctic, and Antarctica alerts us to what's in store for the rest of the planet. And Greenland's ice can also affect many of us directly. You see, Greenland has more land ice than any other place except Antarctica. If it all melted, it would raise sea level around 23 feet. That's enough to put coastlines throughout the world underwater. And in fact, the ice is melting. It's far from all gone. That could take centuries. But Greenland's ice sheet currently adds about 250 gigatons of water to the ocean every year. What's a gigaton? It's 1 billion tons, which is approximately a block of ice 1 kilometer square. And 250 of these giant Greenland ice blocks melt every year. All this extra fresh water from this melting ice could also change circulation patterns in the ocean and in the atmosphere. Which means, even if you don't live near the ocean, a melting Greenland could potentially affect your local weather in the future. So that's why NASA is monitoring Greenland's ice sheet. It's like that canary in the coal mine warning us of trouble. By tracking and measuring the changes, we'll all be better prepared for the future.
Now let's find out what's happening at Parkland.
Remember, if you're staying after for an activity, you must have a ride home this week. Make sure to check with your sponsor to make sure they are meeting this week.
Sorry, staff. Now you are good. Please take your turns.
Tech Crew will have its first meeting today. If you are interested, meet Mr. Bergman in the cafeteria. There will be no weight training this week. Attention boys softball team. There is no practice today. We will play at home tomorrow versus Loiterman. Bring your pink and be prepared for team pictures. Civil Air Patrol meets tomorrow from 3 to 5. Super Sci-U will be meeting Thursday. All members with corrected emails should attend. You will be making microbial mats and observing living plants and bacteria. Dr. Cohen hopes to see you there. Finally, calling all staff. Think you have what it takes to win against the boys and girls softball teams? Please consider playing in the staff versus student softball game on Thursday after school. Staff should wear their gray Parkland shirts and athletics will be providing the gear. See Miss Freeman if you like to play. Now here's Maria to tell us about a movie that was first aired on TV this day 60 years ago.
Thank you, Janaya. When most of us see The Wizard of Oz, we watch it on television. It is considered a classic by almost everyone, but this wasn't always the case. When it was originally released in 1939, it didn't make a whole lot of money. Many considered it a flop. It didn't actually make a profit, and until the studio re-released it 10 years later in 1949 to movie theaters. It wasn't until this day in 1955, when it first aired on TV, that it began to become the famous, universally loved film it is today. It is now considered one of the best movies ever made. Check out the original movie trailer.
Many, many miles east of nowhere lies the amazing land of Oz, a magnificent empire created in the mind of a man who wrote a great book about it. Like wildfire in the wheat field, the fabulous tale of the Wizard of Oz spread from town to city, to nation, to the entire world. Although the Wizard of Oz had captivated the children of 4 generations and fired the imaginations of those youthful adults who have never grown old, although 10 million copies of the book have reached eager hands and eager hearts, no one has dared the towering task of giving life and reality to the land of Oz and its people. Every delightful character of L. Frank Baum's classic is now reborn. Every glorious adventure has been recaptured and painted with a rainbow. The celebration in Munchkinland, the flying monkeys, the rescue of Dorothy, the castle of the witch, the palace of Oz, and Dorothy's strange journey to the Emerald City to find the wonderful Wizard of Oz himself.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the Wizard of Wiz, if ever a wiz there was. If ever a wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz was one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Say happy birthday to the Eastern today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from the Jedi. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Maria. Wizard of Oz author L. Frank Baum once said, "Imagination has brought mankind through the dark ages to its present state of civilization. Imagination led Columbus to discover America. Imagination led Franklin to discover electricity. Everything begins with your imagination, Panthers. Don't be afraid to use it. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye!"